Aghoris, the mystical sadhus. Spiritual goals. Let's explore in more detail the spiritual goals of Aghoris, which are deeply rooted in Hindu philosophy and ascetic traditions. 1. Moksha, liberation. Definition: Moksha, in Hinduism, refers to liberation from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, samsara. It is the ultimate goal of spiritual life, where the individual soul, Atman, achieves union with the divine and breaks free from the cycle of reincarnation. Aghori perspective. Aghoris, like many other ascetic traditions within Hinduism, aspire to attain moksha. Their practices, rituals, and way of life are oriented toward achieving liberation by transcending the worldly attachments and limitations that bind individuals to the cycle of samsara. Renunciation. The ascetic lifestyle of Aghoris, including their renunciation of societal norms, material possessions, and conventional comforts, is seen as a means to detach from the material world and move closer to the goal of moksha. 2. Union with the divine. Non-dualistic philosophy. Aghoris often follow the path of non-dualism, Advait, which emphasizes the oneness of the individual self, Atman, with the ultimate reality, Brahman. This philosophy forms the basis for their pursuit of union with the divine. Transcending dualities. Aghoris aim to transcend dualities, such as good and evil, pleasure and pain, and sacred and profane. By overcoming these dualities, they believe they can experience a seamless union with the divine that transcends the limitations of conventional human experience. Immersing in the ultimate reality, the practices, rituals, and unconventional behaviors of Aghoris are seen as a way to immerse themselves in the ultimate reality. By embracing all aspects of life, including the taboo and the sacred, they seek to dissolve the barriers that separate them from the divine. 3. Spiritual transformation. Purification and transformation. Aghoris believe in the transformative power of their rituals and practices. Through intense spiritual practices, they aim to purify their minds and bodies, facilitating a profound transformation that leads to spiritual enlightenment. Symbolism in practices. Practices such as consuming taboo substances, meditation in cremation grounds, and the use of skull bows are symbolic acts that represent spiritual alchemy. These rituals are believed to transmute the mundane into the sacred, fostering the Aghoris' spiritual evolution. 4. Overcoming fear of death. Cremation ground meditation. Aghoris frequent cremation grounds as a symbolic act of facing the inevitability of death. By meditating in such places, they seek to overcome the fear of mortality and develop a deep understanding of the impermanence of the physical body. Embracing transience, the acceptance of death and decay is not only a confrontation but also an embrace of the transient nature of life. Aghoris believe that by embracing this reality, they can move closer to the divine and achieve a state of spiritual liberation. 5. Holistic approach to spiritual growth. Integration of philosophy and practice. The spiritual goals of Aghoris are not theoretical but deeply integrated into their daily lives and practices. Their philosophy is lived through their ascetic lifestyle, rituals, and unconventional behaviors. Continuous evolution. Spiritual growth for Aghoris is seen as a continuous process of evolution. Through their unique practices and adherence to their philosophical principles, they believe they can continually progress towards the ultimate goal of liberation and union with the divine. In summary, the spiritual goals of Aghoris encompass the traditional Hindu concept of moksha, seeking liberation from the cycle of samsara, as well as the aspiration to achieve union with the divine through the non-dualistic philosophy that emphasizes the oneness of the individual self with the ultimate reality. The practices and rituals of Aghoris are oriented towards these spiritual goals, reflecting a holistic approach to their journey of transcendence and spiritual enlightenment.